Let me start with something almost nobody knows. There is a food so simple that, when you bite into it, your body enters a state of immediate activation, as if you had switched on a hidden trigger in your penis. It's not a medication, it's not a blue pill, and it's not a miracle cure. It's something natural, everyday, and yet unknown to most men. And the most striking thing is that urologists have studied it because it works in minutes, not weeks, and it can bring back the strength to your erection that you thought was lost. Picture this. While most men over 50 resign themselves, believing that the loss of potency is an inevitable punishment of aging, you could be activating a biological mechanism hidden within your own body. A mechanism that doesn't care about age or fatigue, because its only task is to open your arteries, release blood flow, and recharge your potency instantly. And all you need to do is bite into this ingredient at the right moment. Now I want you to think about the following scene. You're in an intimate moment, you want to respond with strength, but you notice the firmness isn't the same. Instead of getting frustrated, you step aside, bite into this food, and, within minutes, the chemistry of your blood changes. Your arteries expand, the flow intensifies, and the pressure arrives exactly where it needs to. This isn't fantasy, it's pure physiology. And once you understand it, you stop relying on luck and start gaining real control over your potency. This food is neither exotic nor impossible to find. In fact, you've probably seen it in markets, had it nearby without knowing what it was hiding. And here's the secret. We're not talking about eating it in just any way, not in commercial juices loaded with sugar, nor in questionable capsules. The real effect happens when you bite into the smallest and most powerful thing it holds inside, its seeds. I'm talking about pomegranate, and more specifically its seeds, those tiny red capsules that hold a surprising potential. Why? Because they're packed with polyphenol, natural compounds that stimulate the release of nitric oxide in your body. And here's where I want you to pay attention. Nitric oxide is the master molecule of erection. Without it, there's no vasodilation, no blood flow, no firmness. With it, on the other hand, your vascular system opens like a clear highway, allowing blood to flood into the cavernous bodies of the penis with a force you can't achieve any other way. The most incredible part is that science has already proven this. A study published in the Journal of Urology observed that men who consumed pomegranate seed extract showed a 32% increase in the quality of their erections. And not only that, they also reported faster recovery between sexual encounters, something many consider impossible after a certain age. Now imagine the scene again. You slowly chew those seeds, feel the acidic burst in your mouth, and your body begins to react. Within minutes, your blood becomes more fluid, your arteries expand, and your pressure focuses on the intimate area. That sensation of energy coursing through your body is the closest thing to recharging your penis with power instantly. And the best part is that you're not depending on artificial chemicals, but on a natural resource that has been there all along, waiting to be used in the right way. But here's where it gets to what almost nobody tells you. Knowing the food itself isn't enough. The real secret lies in how and when you consume it. Because there is a specific time of day when your body absorbs it better, there's a preparation method that multiplies its effects, and there are combinations with other nutrients that can turn these seeds into a true natural power bomb. Now that you know the ingredient, I want to guide you step by step on how to use it so that it really works. Because there's no point in knowing the secret if you apply it the wrong way. Pomegranate, when consumed properly, becomes such a powerful natural sexual enhancer that it can rival well-known medications. But when taken incorrectly, its effect weakens, and many end up thinking it doesn't work. The first thing you need to understand is that we're not talking about the industrial juice you find in plastic bottles. That kind of product is usually loaded with sugar, and has lost much of the polyphenol you need. We're also not talking about miracle capsules that promise instant results, but end up being nothing more than powder with little value. The real effect comes from chewing the fresh seeds directly, because that's where the active compounds that stimulate vasodilation are concentrated. The first clinical tip is to chew between 10 to 15 grams of fresh pomegranate seeds on an empty stomach, right after drinking a glass of water. Why on an empty stomach? Because your empty stomach absorbs polyphenol better and makes them reach your bloodstream faster. That's the moment when your body is most receptive, and nitric oxide begins to release almost immediately. The second tip is not to swallow the seeds whole. Chewing them is essential, because breaking the membrane releases compounds that aren't available if you just swallow them like a capsule. That friction between your saliva and the seeds activates digestive enzymes that transform the polyphenol into molecules that are easier to absorb. Think of it as unlocking the true power of the pomegranate. Now, what happens if you combine them? Here comes a secret almost no one knows. When you mix pomegranate seeds with a bit of raw honey or a piece of fresh ginger, the effect multiplies. Honey acts as a vehicle that improves bioavailability, while ginger is another natural vasodilator that boosts circulation. The synergy among these three elements creates a chain reaction that raises your blood flow to surprising levels. And there's more. If you want an even faster effect, combine this with 5 minutes of deep breathing or gentle stretches. Why? Because by oxygenating your blood better, the polyphenol find a more receptive environment. It's like warming up the engine before hitting the accelerator. Many patients are surprised because when they combine it this way, they literally feel their body responding more quickly, as if they had released a compressed spring. Here's another surprising fact. The clitoris and the penis share the same physiological foundation. Both rely on nitric oxide to fill with blood. And in clinical studies, women who consumed pomegranate extract reported a noticeable increase in sensitivity and lubrication. This means that by using this secret, you not only improve your own potency, but you can also share it with your partner, so both of you enjoy an amplified effect in intimacy. Imagine the connection and the bond that creates. The third clinical tip is that the best time to use this trick, if you're looking for immediate results, is 30 to 45 minutes before sexual activity. By then, your body will have absorbed the compounds, and you'll be at the exact point where blood flow and blood pressure align to give you maximum response. And don't forget something crucial: consistency. Although the immediate effect is real, when you consume pomegranate regularly, your body maintains more stable levels of nitric oxide and antioxidants. That means, over time, not only will you have firmer erections, but you'll also protect your heart, arteries, and prostate. It's a complete benefit, because sexual health and cardiovascular health are deeply connected. Now I want to leave you with this thought. Do you realize how powerful this knowledge is? While millions of men depend on drugs with side effects, you can use a natural resource that not only improves your potency, but also rejuvenates your circulatory system. And the most fascinating part is that it all starts with a simple gesture: biting into a handful of red seeds bursting with life. So the next time you have a pomegranate in your hands, don't see it as just another fruit. See it as a key that can open the door to your energy, your desire, and the confidence you thought was lost. Because your potency isn't gone. It was only waiting for the right trigger to wake up. And if you want me to reveal in another video the other 2 equally surprising foods that combine with pomegranate to create an even more explosive effect, tell me in the comments. Subscribe, because what comes next might be even more powerful than what you've just discovered.